The shocking case of a 14-year-old girl allegedly raped by two illegal immigrants in a Maryland school got me thinking. Do you know who's in school with your children? If you think that your school administrator, principal, has your back, think again. Joining me now is Chester County, Pennsylvania Sheriff Bunny Welsh, and from the town of Lynn, Massachusetts, the Mayor Judith Flanagan Kennedy. All right, I'm going to start with the sheriff. We don't have a lot of time, and I'm going to bring you both back because you know I love this issue. All right, Sheriff, Montgomery County, where this 14-year-old was allegedly raped. I choose to believe she was raped, and we can, say they're allegedly the criminals. They choose, they're a sanctuary county. That means they won't honor a federal detainer from ICE. That means that they're not going to tell ICE where these guys are, and they're going to let them roam freely, correct?
Correct. And this is a tragedy on many levels, because the greatest job of the government is to protect the citizens. And the citizens here, whether it's the protection of at the border or in your communities, or our most vulnerable citizens, our children in school, the system failed every step of the way in this case.
Okay, so for those people who say, wait a minute, the cops have to tell them where these criminals are. They're illegals, they're committed crimes, they've been deported, they're convicted. You as a sheriff can tell my viewers that if their boss says they can't, they can be investigated and brought up on charges, correct? Even if they're a cop.
That's correct.
Okay, good.
That's
now,
correct.
To the mayor. Mayor, you are the mayor of Lynn, Massachusetts, and you pretty much oversee the 5th largest school district in the state of Massachusetts. Now, you have one of the biggest immigrants communities in Massachusetts. What, if any, impact does the immigrant community have on the schools in Massachusetts?
It's been a tremendous strain on the city's budget to accommodate all of the new people that we've had in the system.
Okay, what kind of strain and to whom?
Well, for example, we're operating 5 schools that are more than 100 years old, and we are projected to add approximately 500 more newcomer students who are not speaking primarily English in the coming year.
Okay, so if first of all, who's building the new schools? Who's paying for it?
We tried. We had a debt exclusion vote on last week, and the measure failed 2-1. So we have to squeeze kids into the existing schools now.
Okay, good. So the impact on the students in terms of the strain is there are more kids per classroom, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and if someone's not speaking English, that requires more time the teacher has to spend, if you don't have more teachers, on the kids who aren't speaking as fluent as the American kids, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so somebody comes in who's an immigrant. How do you know what class to put them in if they don't speak English?
They do an initial evaluation, and many of these children who are coming in stop their formal education at 3rd grade, but they are growing well into adulthood, and we can't put them in a 3rd grade classroom. We had one man with graying temples. I couldn't see putting that person in a 3rd grade class, so they go in as freshmen in high school. Whoa!
Someone with graying temples in 3rd grade? So, but you put them in a...
We can't. We can't. And we have to educate them within the regular school day.
Okay, I got 1 minute hard, my producer's telling me. Now, did you have night school for these students, and was there a problem when you did for these adult students?
Yes, we did have a night school, and we were told by a children's advocacy group that we were not giving equal education to these students, so we had to shut down the night school and put everybody into the regular daytime classes.
So adults are in with our kids from other countries who don't speak English. Do you know if they have criminal records? Do you know if they've been vaccinated? Do you know who these people are?
No, they don't come in with any records of any sort, not even a birth certificate. So we have to accept their word for their age when they enter school.
Are the parents allowed to know who they are?
The other parents, I suppose, if they entered the school and looked around, they would see some people that looked like they were a little older than high school age.
And they go into the same bathrooms as our kids?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah. Yes, they do.
All right,
They
I
are
have 10 seconds.
high
All
school
right,
students.
Sheriff Bunny Welch and Judith Kennedy, Mayor, thank you. I'm sorry. We're doing this next week. You're both coming back. This is infuriating. Street justice is next.